Pints.
Thank you, sir.
Let's get it going. Of course, with Feitelberg, but our Norm is here. And I just figured he's basically just like the third host at this
I didn't
point.
know if you wanted me on right away because usually you pull people on, but you said
no,
yes,
no,
what
no.
an honor.
It is an honor. Everyone else we could call down, but you got a permanent spot.
Thank you, man. I'm honored to be here as usual. Excited.
Our text chain is much like. Do you have like any text chains with like your cousins where it's just like, happy birthday, bro, happy birthday, bro, happy birthday, and it's the only time you talk?
No, because my text delete every month, but there are people I would have those.
Yeah, well, I just have a weekly one with him where it's like FNP, question mark, and it's either a yes or a no, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
That's, your text delete every month?
Mm-hmm.
Because
It's a smart move.
I have that with like good friends of mine from back home that I went to high school with, that the birthday thing happened. It happened 2 years ago with me and my buddy
twice a year, and
Jordan,
that's it.
and it said, happy birthday. I said, happy birthday. He said, thanks. And then the next time I was going to text him, it was his birthday again. And I was like, we can't do that. I cannot do that. Because I would feel like a fucking asshole. I should do that.
I mean, I have that specifically with my cousins who I'm like cool with, but we just don't really like hang out or anything. And it's just ridiculous that we keep doing it. I mean, it's just, I can't. It makes me, every time I see it, I'm like,
How do you even know your cousins' birthdays?
I don't. My mom will text me and be like, text your cousin, it's his birthday. And I'm sure his mom's doing the same thing to me. And like, can we just fucking stop this? Just stop this charade thing?
I didn't do it. I didn't wish my friend a happy birthday that year because I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to go back to back. It's too awkward. We were so close, and then it's like, now it's just happy birthday every year. Like, fuck, man. Life stinks.
You got a lot of cousins? You have a big family?
Yeah, I got a pretty big family.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, but not close enough with any of the cousins.
Gigantic?
No.
They're like Midwestern corn-fed?
No. Like my side, my grandpa he played football at the University of Iowa, so he was a big guy, big football player, and my dad's fucking big, like he played college football as well.
Yeah.
And so when those came together, like me and my brother and my dad are huge.
Yeah.
We're all like the same hairline, same face, same stocky build, like it's all the same. But everyone else is normal. All
Normal
the other
humans.
cousins are normal. So we're like the freaks of the family, which is weird, but.
What are you drinking?
I'll just do a Miller Lite.
Miller Lite for the boy. Feitelberg has walked 30,000 steps in the last 2 days.
No,
but like each
of
day.
the last
30,000 today, 30,000 yesterday.
Talk to me, why?
Not out of fucking fitness, Trent. I'm apartment hunting.
Just
I thought
walking
it was-
around the goddamn city trying to convince co-op boards to let him in.
The worst. I mean, it's not the worst because it is kind of fun when we go and like we'll check out like a bar we basically just set up fucking apartment viewings all day, every day.
Yeah.
And they're like an hour apart. It only takes fucking 15 minutes to look at an apartment.
Yeah.
And
so then you kind of explore the
So then we
neighborhood.
go and like kind of like sit at a bar, grab a drink, have like a little fucking meal, and get a little vibe. And it's a fun ride. Like it's
Well, you
got
got to see if you like that too, because like if there's a good spot, that might.
100%
yeah.
changes. It's so crazy too, like how like everything that doesn't matter, that still matters somehow. Where it's like the doorman to that one of the places I looked at today, didn't say hello to me. I was just like, well, fuck this place. Off the list. It didn't feel like a warm reception. And I'm like, well, look, man, like.
Wait.
I thought you might like something like that where it's like, you got to earn his trust. You got to live in the building for like a year.
Or I don't even
before
want to
he's-
do that. It's like the happy birthday text. It's like I don't even know if I want to do this awkward pretend thing with you.
Oh, I love doing the what's up, man? Have a great night. Like when we walk out of here, I'm always, I don't sit and have like extensive conversations, but I'll
maybe you got to.
trees.
It's like this guy doesn't like you yet.
This I'm not. I mean, he's never gonna like me because I'm not living in that apartment.
everything else could be perfect, right the way you want it. But if the doorman, he's the deal breaker.
No, because I didn't love this place either.
Okay.
I just think people just have no idea what to do with like pricing. I think everyone's just fucking guessing right now
Because
like
this,
yeah. And
I mean,
it's
you
like,
should be out there like lowballing like a motherfucker.
Dude, this one
like
was
disrespectfully low.
This one was one of like it was a fine apartment. I could live there, but this one was one of the worst ones we saw, and it was like $2,000 more expensive than any other one.
How about you think you're gonna have any trouble getting approved by a call board? Like, the background check
Definitely
and
something
shit?
I've warned the girlfriend about.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
that's
don't fall in love with anywhere because they might not love me.
Everyone is lowballing right now, right? Like you go to an apartment or you re-up your lease and you can lowball. I just don't have that in me to do that.
Right.
So like I could be getting a great deal on my apartment. I bet we just re-upped our lease like 3 weeks ago. I bet I could have been like, I want this, this, and this.
I'm not.
And
if
I'm not going to do it now when there's a global pandemic going on, and like this is the time to lowball and negotiate.
This is the time to not
I'll
pay
pay
rent.
20% more if you'll just like let me stay.
This is the time to just not even pay.
Yeah.
Be like, I don't know, evict me. See if you can evict me in the middle of this fucking pandemic.
I think you can do that. I think you can do that right now.
I honestly though, I don't have it in me. I've never been a haggler. I've never been a negotiator. I've never played hardball.
Like,
I'm always just like, okay, close enough.
And these guys were like, and women were like, they were telling, like, they're like, lowball. Like because I think in like co-ops, I think it's a flat fee. So like what their cut is going to get, it doesn't matter if they sell it for $1,000 less than asking price.
Right.
They were just like, every single one was telling me like, give us your best offer. Like that was all.
See, I can't live in that world. I'm never gonna be the guy like my friend will never ask me like, hey, will you come to this car dealership with me and like help me out? I'm not that guy,
dude.
I'm
like, what's the price? I will pay you and that's
I'll
it.
pay full price.
Fucking price.
I don't care.
When I was in,
that's such a bad trait to have. We've all got it.
Dude. When I was like in between life, where I was like, I left college, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know I was moving to New York and stuff like that. And like my dad's idea was to like have me go negotiate for a car, and like to see what my business acumen was.
Oh, so wait, back it up. He like told you this was the plan?
Yeah.
He was like, I'm gonna send you into the dealership, and you're gonna learn how to negotiate. He's gonna like watch you.
And he's gonna be like, maybe.
I mean, that's it. My dad would be like, I hate you. You're a terrible son.
I told him no thank you.
You opted out.
I started studying for the car, and I was like, I think I'm just not going to do anything business related.
I mean, I've never. I mean, the car is the classic thing that you absolutely can negotiate down, and I just don't do it.
The only negotiating that I would do in that scenario is I would go in and I would tell the salesman that that's what's happening.
My dad
is testing me. I'm so bad at this stuff. Can you give me like 10% off, or even hike up the price and then bring it back down to the original?
I will pay full. Act like it's 15% higher and act like I haggled you.
That's how I would negotiate.
You gotta have like a piece of paper, like slide it in. Like, here's what's going on, dude.
Yeah,
we're pathetic.
But like, I also don't understand haggling either, because like I know when my parents were just selling their house, my dad got pissed off at an offer, and then when that people came back over the top, he was like, "No, fuck them." And like, I don't want to miss out on an apartment because I wanted to save $200 a month.
Well, that's the other thing too. Is like how much you're really saving.
I think the people who are good at it enjoy it. It's not about I'm trying to save money here, I'm trying to do whatever. They like the rush of it.
Yeah, but that's so fucking annoying. If you're like with that person, it's like just fucking buy the full
I
price.
remember I have a buddy who just walks into like fucking like a J. Crew.
Yeah.
And tries to make deals.
At like a regular store?
Like regular fucking store.
It has like a price tag?
Corporate stores traded on the New York Stock Exchange.
Has it ever worked?
Yes. Almost all the time. It's crazy.
What?
It's Sean. It's my buddy Sean. And it's like
the girl who's like folding the clothes and being the sales girl will be like, all right, I'll give it to you for 15% off?
Yeah. He's like, how about, I saw him once. We were at, it wasn't a J. Crew, but it was a J. Crew type store. And it was on Boylston Street in Boston. And he worked like a Canada Goose jacket, pair of pants, and a pair of Chuck Taylors for like the price of the Canada Goose jacket. And I'm like, this is a regular store. Yeah. Like that person's gonna have to tell someone like, I sold the pants and shoes for nothing.
the wrong price.
That right there, that's something that your buddy Sean doesn't think about, but we think about, where it's like, that salesperson or whoever is
like getting in trouble.
Down the line, she's gonna have to tell somebody something happened.
Yeah, there's a lot of money missing from the register. She's like, yeah, I gave a kid a great deal. They're like, what does that mean? What does that mean you gave someone a deal?
Come on down, Bob.
Just either got it or you don't, and I just don't have that.
And I don't even like want to have it. Because I feel like people are like, this guy's being such an asshole. Can't you just buy the fucking thing from the,
And it must be just so exhausting living like that.
Always.
Like, every day looking for an angle for a deal.
How we doing, Bobo?
What's going on?
Coming off the weekend of your fucking life, huh?
Yeah, pretty well.
That was the culmination of Bob Fox.
It's pretty crazy.
You've been working at that since you were like 13?
Give or take,
right?
Yeah. 13,
That's
14,
crazy.
15.
How old are you now?
Getting denied credentials, 22.
See, I can't tell. Certain people feel like certain ages feel young to me. What's Hank now? Hank surprised me as
like
old.
27.
Yeah. See, Hank to me went from 21 to 27 overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you at 22, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like you weren't able to drink for so long.
I'm about to hit
And now-
4 years at Barstool, so it'll be like the full college.
That's crazy.
You know.
Yeah,
But-
you did your senior year.
Yeah.
Congrats, man. You're graduating.
When we were all 22, we weren't even at Barstool yet, were we? Or were
I
we?
was.
You were?
Yeah.
He's
I
been here since since
I
he
started here
life.
when I was
Okay.
like
I was 20.
20?
20, maybe 21.
I was 24, 25.
Yeah, because I got out of school. I was at Deloitte for well, I guess I was part time at like 24, and I was full time at like 26.
Okay.
Something like that. I think I don't even fucking know. I'm so old now. I'm so.
I guess the way that I think about it, though, think about everything that he's done already.
I know.
And he's not even
well, that's
22.
what I said about him and Rhea
is
too.
22.
When these guys are like, when they're my age, when they're
Right.
like 35, and they have like 17 years of experience,
Yeah.
and they've been going to fucking UFC fights, and she's been interviewing like A-list celebrities. You guys are gonna run the world.
I hope so.
And
That'd
Like,
be sweet.
no one your age will have the experience you guys have.
I guess
like,
that is
literally nobody.
That is sort of Hank's thing, right? Like Hank is, he's like the most decorated internet producer there is.
Absolutely.
Because he
went
started
from, he
21.
went from butter knives to like #1 podcast in
Yes.
the world, and he's been working on it the whole time.
Exactly.
And when I watched the Stool Streams production, he was sitting in the control room.
It's crazy.
First of all,
Really?
he has the double headset. he has it like on this
Crooked.
side and this side, and it's like folded up and down, and he's like, it's like Monday Night Football. He's
Yeah.
got the TVs, and he's got some sort of fucking mic, and he's like, get Big Cat's feet, get Big Cat's feet. All right, now like above you. Okay, I got a full shot of the
Yeah.
Jenga tower.
Cut to 7.
Now cut to this.
4. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
and-
Stay on
and-
4. Hold.
and I'm
hold,
watching it
hold.
happen,
It's
and it was
crazy.
good because like Big Cat was creeping up on Tommy and fucking with him, and his toe was right on the tape, and then they got the above. I mean, it was like. This is a full fucking production. I mean, it's just idiots playing a Jenga, but he's treating it like it's 60 minutes, like he's fucking behind the scenes. It was unbelievable.
And the two
that's-
headsets is very funny.
Oh, it was so good. I don't even know like.
I think
what was
like
it?
one
headset in
goes
there,
to
one headset-
cameraman, one goes to Jake. I think it is.
Very funny.
Yeah.
That
that's what I
Jenga
think
shit
it
was.
is.
I've never seen a better Jenga player in my whole life than Bob.
I have this thing
Although
where
you
I
did
just
end up
like.
losing, your team lost, right? But you personally.
Yeah, but I'll take the loss as a team. I don't want to throw Vibbs under the bus. You know, Jenga's a man's game, and I'll be a man about it. You know,
I
sometimes you don't get the result that you want.
when Tommy lost, he came out here and he was like, I don't fucking care that we lost. I had a great game myself. And that's all that matters.
I mean, that was my thought process going into
Absolutely.
it.
As long as I don't embarrass
go
myself,
the
or if I'm
losing
good,
way.
done.
Because I honestly, to be totally fair, I don't still understand what's happening. I don't know if we're in the midst of a season, or if it's a tournament, or if we're just playing for playing.
I think.
I don't. I saw our promo for next week's or whatever. And it says 1-0 next to it. So I don't.
So you're a
they're,
team now,
They're
and you're just
keeping
gonna keep
track of
playing.
scores
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
I just don't know what the end game is. But I was like, I'm fine losing as long as I'm not the one. And I usually will be, just going forward.
Yeah.
I think in that game I was the #1 bet to pull the last one. Because I think I think Jeff D. Lowe called me. He's like Feitelberg's, because we did a lot of practice runs.
Right.
He's like, Feitelberg's a wild card. He just gets like, he'll
He's a
just start
child.
pulling bricks.
Yeah, he's a child. He doesn't like I watched Nate and Brandon Walker versus Smitty and another
Glenn.
Hardo.
Glenn.
Glenn's not Hardo, but it was 3 out of 4 Hardos.
Passionate though.
And
Passionate Long Island guy.
Yeah, he was very passionate. But I mean, they were taking so goddamn long, and like he's just never gonna do that. Like once the
Yeah.
game's like 11 minutes old, he's just gonna be like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a game of
whoops, I
patience.
lost.
You're not a patient person.
I'm not a patient.
Our game was a straight speed run.
Feitelberg and patience. No, do not go
I
together.
can't tell you the last time I stood in the line or like waited for
What's the line your mom said?
I wouldn't wait in line to meet Jesus. And like that was like as a kid I'd like want to stay and like meet like athletes after games. She's like, you want to meet fucking Jose Canseco? I wouldn't wait in line to meet Jesus. Let's go. We're out
So
of
you
here.
never sat on Santa's lap at the mall. You never guys.
No, I definitely. I'm sure I did that.
Yeah.
I don't know where any pictures of it are, but I'm sure.
But like right
done
now,
that.
if we were to go to like a bar or a game, and there's a line, I mean,
Yeah,
turn right around.
Waiting in line at a bar is insane.
it's absolutely insane.
Hey,
Yo,
There's so many
It's
of them.
crazy to think that we used to do that, like in college or like even when I was in Boston, where like we'd stand outside in the freezing cold because we didn't want to bring a jacket because you don't want to
how
forget
about
your jacket.
girls? When girls would be wearing like fucking mini skirts and shit, and they're just like freezing outside just to get into a shitty fucking college bar.
It's lunacy.
Makes no sense.
Now, see, I'm a guy that's big into the con world, where waiting online is pretty much normalcy. Waited in line 15 hours to watch a Star Wars trailer.
A trailer?
Just a trailer, and a trailer that was premiering live online. But
Hey,
I just
Vibbs.
wanted to be in the room while it premiered. Had to sleep on the concrete floor
Oh
outside
my God.
overnight.
At where? At
And it
least-
was
not
so
in
worth
warm
it.
weather,
It was in
right?
Orlando, yeah. So
I mean, that's
worth it.
fucking
So
crazy.
worth it. An
That is
amazing
so
night.
much.
People started having lightsaber battles like on the floor. People were like disrobing and whipping out 2 lightsabers. The whole crowd. And, oh my God, he's got 2.
It's the same video online.
What is that?
That's
Yeah,
a
but I
transfer.
can-
But the atmosphere of the room, it's like saying, no, you got tickets to the game. Well, you could watch it on TV.
I
It's
do
like,
feel that way.
I always stay at home. I always.
No,
But
it is.
see, I like the atmosphere of the fans going wild. Oh my God, what's gonna happen in
But
the
the
next
only
Star
difference
Wars?
between what you just said and a game is like you're there and the players are there. The only difference is the screen is
No, the actors
bigger.
are there.
Oh, the actors are there.
Yeah, it's like a little panel.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
different.
yeah, yeah.
There's
15
definitely
hours is
a
insanity.
shared experience aspect of it that would be cool.
Totally.
But
Not cool.
like
15 hours
I'd
cool.
pay to not.
I got
to-
press credentials the next year, didn't we?
Yeah, like, I'm not doing this again. But
Here you go, bud. Eat
Oh,
up.
no.
Eat up. Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, I did it on your show. You gotta do it on mine. That's how it goes.
Yeah, when I sat down, I was like looking around. I'm like, this is what it's like on the Ellen show. Right? It's like constantly worried about
Fear.
Yo, how about that announcement that they get 5 days off now?
That's awesome.
And they
And
said
their
it like it
birthdays.
was like,
It's a triumph.
oh, whoa. It's like 5. What is this? A sweatshop? It's fucking insanity.
Dude, by the way, you know I woke up. I felt so bad in the morning when I woke up that I had to cancel my therapist. I had to.
That's bad, yeah.
I jumped on the Zoom and I was just like, look, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I can't. I
I
gotta
don't
lay
have
back
him
down
today.
right now.
So you ruined him physically and
And
Yeah,
He knocked
yeah.
out Casey, right? She's
Oh, yeah.
out for that too.
She got like tonsillitis or something.
Yeah, that night I was like,
Casey has been texting everybody, by the way, that she has pus in her throats, and she's just been spelling it puss the whole time. She's putting 2 S's on, so she's just walking around saying, I got puss in my mouth. Well done, Casey. Well done.
She also loves saying she's
Why
smelling
don't
like
you
a
pop
whore in
that
church.
in? Why don't you
No, because I was gone the day that they did that.
Yeah, so why don't you-
Yeah.
No. I don't think
Frankie did it.
Frankie,
it was so
that
fucking
fucking
funny.
gift was
That,
so
yeah, him spitting out.
fun.
Joey Langone tweeted it, and he said, when you swallow nut number 7. And that was just
Do you worry
perfect.
about following that up?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. We have some stuff still left in the chamber that.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope,
no, yeah.
That was the pinnacle. It all goes downhill, at least like pain-wise from there.
No, pain-wise for sure, but we've got some gross stuff still that.
I was
Gross
gonna
is
say,
so different than
Normally
pain.
it's pretty
Yeah.
tolerable. It's just a little gross or it's something else. But that, again, I wasn't here, but I saw all the videos and it looked like it killed everybody.
These fucking people.
I'd rather be in
Like-
pain than gross out though. We were talking about that the other day with Steve-O stuff. Like,
Yeah.
what stunts do you think you could have done of Steve-O's? And I was like, I don't know, but I know I would be better at like being physically injured than being in a fucking porta potty with shit flying around.
But then in the same breath, he said that him and his brother used to eat moths for fun. So, just Feitelberg logic. They used to play a game called Sucking Moths.
Great name, great
we
name.
we
great
literally
name.
had the discussion, and he was like, "Yeah, I can't do the gross stuff." Like, segued for 2 seconds, and he's like, "Yeah, well, when you lost in beer pong, you had to suck a moth."
You had to suck moss off the wall, and you had to chew them fast because you could feel them fluttering in your
Oh.
mouth. It was, yeah,
That-
see?
Right?
Wing
Those are like
dust.
my thing. I can't
this,
do bugs.
This all came up because I was at his house with his family for his birthday, and this fat fucking moth. This was like the Trent baby of moths.
Oh, boy.
Just this thick boy, right? And I think he had a busted wing because he was just walking. He wasn't flying.
That is like
and,
me.
And his, and his brother like puts his hand out, and it's like crawling on his hand, and he's kind of like, oh. And then like Feits' girlfriend jokingly was like, oh, we'll call him George. He's part of the crew now, and he's putting him in his beer. We were joking that he was drinking the beer, and then a single person said, "Eat it!" And he went. I was like, the lowest peer pressure I've ever seen in my life. And then he goes, I was like, yo, that was disgusting. He's like, oh, well, that's because we used to play Sucking Moths. I was like, what is happening? What is wrong with this man?
There's a throwback. Yeah, there's a callback.
But I mean, it was a chunky, fat, thick,
when you
black
could
moth.
get them like if the wings in the mouth were bad, feeling them
The juice, like,
explode. Oh, that was the worst. That was. It's like the dried crickets.
Yeah.
Are one thing.
Yeah, that's
when
like
you get like
that's
the
just like
juicy,
your-
gooey inside.
Just a fresh one. Boom.
That's totally
That's
fucking
so gross.
disgusting. We're gonna haze the new kid and make him eat some gummy bears. Over by Bob. What are you drinking, man?
Me? I have a Bud Light here.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah, I got it already. I panicked. to grab something.
Did you partake in this?
I can't due to my veganism restrictions. There's
Oh,
gelatin.
This is
fuck
bullshit.
off.
Yeah.
There's gelatin in it.
Yeah.
I was prepared. I was
It-
prepared.
If I was asking you to eat, and I'm not forcing you to eat this thing at the bar, but I'm just saying if you're eating 1 ounce of like gelatin, if I was asking you to eat like 30 pounds of it, that's one thing, but an ounce isn't gonna hurt your veganism.
And now it's all or nothing. Veganism's all or nothing, man. I
How long
don't
have you
have
been
this
vegan?
dumb little V tattoo
I feel
on
like
my
this-
middle finger to reject it.
This is
right
literally-
here for a gummy bear that
Would
made
you
this
give
guy
a
pee his
drug
pants.
addict like
Yeah,
a little
this
bit
is-
of heroin?
Yeah, exactly.
This is peer pressure 101.
I don't necessarily want to
Iron
liken
horse.
my plate as
Yeah.
a vegan to that
Listen,
of a
I'm trying to
heroin
make your
addict.
point,
That's not what I'm trying to do here, but I appreciate the
Yeah.
support. Yeah, so I was ready. You can attest. I was
Yeah.
ready. I was like, this will be a good intro. You know, I'm trying to get as involved as possible. I'm
You
like, I'll eat the
sound like
spicy
it's a
gummy bear.
religion.
It's fine. I mean, it's not. I'm not religious, so I can't really compare it to
It
that.
sounds
but-
like a Muslim eating pork or some shit, though.
Yeah, it's similar, I would say. I also
How
think
long
I
have
would
you been
poop my
vegan?
pants. 4 years. So I get nervous if I was to eat anything. Like, I accidentally get, like, some dairy on occasion, and I poop my pants every single time.
How far into veganism did you get the tattoo?
From the 4-year anniversary of the veganism, which seems like a
That's
dumb
such
number.
a commitment because,
but-
like you're saying, like, I don't know exactly what veganism is, but I know that if I got the tattoo and then I would want something that wasn't vegan, and I'd be like, well, this is fucking stupid now. Like, I got the tattoo and now I want to eat something. Like, I just wouldn't be able to hold
It's
myself
tough to
back.
waver if you.
Yeah, right. I
Yeah.
guess it is a commitment.
I think it's kind of like when people get married just because like they've been dating a long time. And they're
Yeah.
like, well, screw it, I'll do it, and then I kind of have to keep with it, but I can't. So I think it was a little bit of that.
Yeah.
I wanted to commit for life. I wasn't like wavering, but
Yeah.
I
I
think
was
I
in
would
Portland. It was like the
fucking-
most vegan city in the world. I'm like, screw it. Yeah.
That's a good spot to do it. I think I would kill myself before I went vegan.
No, I
is
always
terrible.
say I'm like one influencer away from becoming one.
Yeah.
Like I'm.
You say that, but it's so hard.
I'm sure it's
It's
impossible.
such an
I can show you
inconvenience
the
on
way.
your life. You're
But
too
wanna do, like, a
lazy.
vegan
You're too
week, a
lazy to
vegan
go
day?
vegan.
I'm definitely too lazy to go vegan.
Well, yeah, we
Like,
just talked about the patience and everything. You're not gonna
I
like.
have like 3 or 4 friends now, be it influencers or just like childhood friends, who very regularly promote veganism and like being like why it's dangerous. Like I think at one point Nikki Glaser said Australia was on fire because we eat meat, right? And then she
That's a hot take.
don't quote me on it, but I thought she had something in her story that was just like,
This is why it's burning, right?
Yeah. And then I have another friend who I grew up with who like, she's just always posting her recipes and stuff, and it looks delicious. It looks like great. Like in my head, vegan is like you eat cardboard. I'm like, this shit looks fucking awesome.
Don't you have
I
a buddy who got like tricked into it by his girlfriend?
Dude, I had a buddy, we were on a Zoom call at like the start of the pandemic.
This is great.
And he was like, they're talking about dinner, and the friend Emma, who's the wife, she was like, yeah, we've been plant-based for like 4 months now. And Rob, he just kind of like pauses. You see him kind of process everything. He goes, we have? She's like, yeah, I've been slowly tricking you. I haven't cooked you any meat since January.
And he felt fine. Did he feel like he felt all right? Like
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he's like, I feel amazing, like this has been
Yeah.
otherworldly.
Yeah.
But he wasn't upset that he'd been.
I'd
with
say
it.
it's easier than people think, but it's definitely not easy. That's why I label it as.
I
But
mean,
it's, in New York City, it's cake. Like
Yeah.
no one,
Yeah?
because barely anyone cooks here anyway. So what's the difference between ordering vegan takeout versus ordering something else? I think it's tough when you're cooking every meal, because like I went vegan as a junior in college, and like I didn't
You
know.
are
I didn't
such an
know.
asshole.
I didn't know. Me and my ex-girlfriend did it together, and like I didn't know anything. So like I ate just vegetables for like the full first year of it, and then as I
What's
like
your
when I moved to
main
New York
meal?
City.
What's like your favorite meal?
My favorite meal? I do like
go-to.
a good amount of carbs because like most pasta dishes are close to vegan anyway. So I
Right.
do like a lot of just like pasta meals, like gnocchi, stuff like that.
So pasta's fair game?
Pasta,
cheese, though.
non-fresh pasta's
Right.
fair game. Like fresh pasta usually has egg in it, but if it's on the shelf for a long time, they don't put any. Like they put that's all preserved.
I mean, if you could just crush pasta, that's not.
Yeah.
I watched a
That's not so
documentary
bad.
called Game Changers with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's like switched to a plant-based diet, and they were throwing all this scientific data saying how much better it is for you than meat. Almost
Arnold?
made me, yeah, Arnold.
Who's? I
And
mean,
he was-
Arnold lives on fucking meat and steroids.
No, he was
as far
saying
as I
that
was
he's like they want to think you're a big pussy if you don't eat meat or whatever.
I am with you, John, though, where I'm one article away from changing my entire life. All the time. Especially when it becomes a diet. Like if there's an article that has a nice headline and a lot of people are clicking on it, I'll do that diet just because it'll convince me right there.
See, I've never been on a diet in my life, which is why I'm concerned about that.
I think a diet would kill me.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
you
I think I'd
can't
just
cut
die.
anything out.
No.
You got to eat everything you possibly can.
Bulk at all times.
I don't think you got diet in you.
I've never watched what I eat ever. I always just like I've exercised, but I've never
You never like counted calories.
I've never counted
anything?
calories. I've never like second guessed a meal, been like, ooh, I don't know if I should have this. That might go to my hips. I just eat whatever the fuck I want,
Jeez.
and then
What do you want?
when I get fat, I exercise.
Miller Lite? You got it, pal.
I basically just
Captain
exercise like
Clarence.
6 months a year, and hibernate 6 months a year.
Yeah.
Can we move on from the veganism shit? Because no one gives a shit.
Oh!
No one cares.
What a
You
way to
wanna
end
go? You wanna go do CrossFit next?
You seem like
No, whatever you want to eat, I don't care. Just don't talk about it. Seriously, I don't run around and tell you about everything I had to eat today.
I do.
To be
I
fair, everyone talks about how annoying vegans are. There's no one more annoying than like the meat smoking crowd. No one talks more about
yeah,
food
that's
that
true.
no one
That's
gives
true.
a shit about.
That's true,
Like
like-
an
Whoa.
Instagram story, 17 hours
big
apart of
egg.
your pork tenderloin, and
Yeah.
then they're like pulling it apart with their gross hands. And
Have you ever
I'm
used
like, I don't want
chips?
that. You're
Falling
gonna,
off the bone.
you're gonna
Have
feed
you
that?
ever used mesquite chips?
I don't even know what that means.
See?
No.
You see, it's a
They're
game
so
changer.
excited too, and they show you the inside. They're
Yeah.
like, look at this. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't
Anybody
care.
who's too proud of anything
That's
is a
the
fucking
good. That's the
asshole.
overarching
Yeah.
point. No one
Yeah.
cares
Sure,
about.
it really is.
No one cares about what anyone else is doing in their free time. No one cares.
nobody cares about anything but themselves.
No,
Right.
exactly.
And they think people are going to care.
I will tolerate your story about what you're doing so that I can then tell mine. And the world keeps on fucking spinning. But like, remember when there was that Brooklyn barbecue picture that like, I mean, those people lost their fucking mind
Right.
over that. That was, I mean, that, I think I said, I think I just said like, I don't like barbecue, right? We just said we're not fans. Oh, we said it's overrated. And I mean,
Yeah,
that
not a
was
huge
one of the
barbecue
biggest
guy.
internet battles I've ever had. I was
Really?
just like, I don't know, it's like too salty for me. I don't like it. People were furious.
Like
I
it's,
will
like
say,
it's a
though, when-
staple of our country or something. Like, and God forbid
Well,
you
it
go
was like
against it.
everybody from Kansas City and wherever else the other fucking like capitals are. But I will say, when George Brett came with
yeah.
Mitch's Meat, I was like, okay, I get it.
That was
That
awesome.
shit was.
That was very good. But I've gone to Nashville, never done Kansas City. I've done Houston, done a couple of like the quote unquote big barbecue spots. I've always been like, that was fine.
Yeah, they
I
act
agree.
like it's
I'm
like
not
a
a big
fucking
barbecue
guy.
religious experience.
But then I'll get like a seamless barbecue order in New York City. It feels like just as good to me.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's not that different where
Brother Jimmy's? I'll fuck with Brother Jimmy's.
Yeah.
That's a fine barbecue.
Well, you know what I think so much about the barbecue community, like you were talking about, Bailey?
Yeah.
It's the whole story. Like, oh, I got up at 8 a.m. and I started smoking it, and I used mesquite chips, and gosh, you wouldn't believe I
Vince
drove
is shaking
4
his head like he's
counties
one of
for
these guys.
sausage. No, I just know a lot of these guys,
Yeah, yeah.
like, you know, down in
Like,
Texas
again,
and stuff.
nobody
yeah.
fucking
I feel like
cares.
No one
Chaps,
cares.
is Chaps a bar? He's
Oh, yeah.
barbecue.
Big
Yeah.
time.
Well, Chaps, I think he had a phase. Chaps is just, he's got
Big phase guy.
Huge
huge
guy.
phase guy.
Yeah.
And I think he went golf phase to smoking phase.
Yes.
And
now
it
he's doing,
he got the little green egg or whatever it's called, the green
Yep,
egg,
yep.
whatever those things are.
Yep.
Now he's in the woodworking
That's
phase.
and now he's doing it
The
yourself.
building stuff phase has been the longest phase I've ever seen. I've known him 4 years now. It's the
It's
longest
definitely
phase.
the most passionate he's been.
Yes.
Do you
Well, he's
know
good at it.
guys
Yeah.
who go through a cigar phase and they'll post a picture of their cigar every night as if all cigars don't look exactly the same?
I say I think you're talking to this guy over
No,
here.
I just get drunk and post stuff. That has nothing to do about posting a cigar. It has
Poor guy
just
just
everything
like
to
to
do.
talk about West Point and being quarterback. And are you also a veteran, Connor? Oh my God!
Shows up in a tech vest and tells the vegan to shut up immediately in the bar.
This is all Barstool.
Hey, it looks
apparel.
damn good,
I'm,
don't
I'm
get me
a company
wrong.
man.
You are a company
Yeah,
man.
and you're always the one who brings it up.
That you always bring it up.
Yeah, but I don't bring it up. You bring it
Well,
up before I bring it up.
Connor, you're not serious. I mean, I bring it up. I will preemptively bring it up because I know
Yeah,
you want to bring it up.
busting my balls.
incessantly.
No, I don't care. You guys, you overemphasize how much I care. I'm more than just those things.
You're literally not. You're 4. That's it. There's 4 more than I am. Whatever. Let's do a little answer the internet here. The app is out now. I got the old school card game. For people who are confused, the app is all new questions. The free decks are the 30 best questions from the card game, and then they're all new. If you could pick a fake name, what would it be?
Cordell.
Cordell.
I always wanted to change my name to
Cordell
Cordell
Stewart?
Feitelberg, yeah.
Cordell Feitelberg would be unbelievable.
I really lobbied my parents to let me change it to Cordell.
Like what age?
Like, I would guess mid-90s. I would guess 94 to 96, something like that. And then when they didn't allow that, I was like, all right, fine. I'll be Terrell then. It was Cordell Stewart and Terrell Davis. I just wanted to be like both of them.
I could see your dad being like, God damn it. How about Bailey Carlin? That's got to be a fake name.
I was always really proud of my name because it was unique until I got like 3,000 followers on the internet and everyone just was like, just any time I said my name or someone new would approach me or even in life and they get a look on their face, and it's like, oh, this person has a dog named Bailey. And
Yeah.
like, there's a specific
Big
look on
time
their
dog
face
name.
that they come up and they're like, oh, nice to meet you. I'm like, hey, Bailey, and they're like, and I'm like, you have a dog named Bailey? They're like, how did you know? I'm like, because everyone has a dog named Bailey. Literally everyone has a dog named Bailey.
That
And then
is tough, like, because that's probably a relatively new trend, right? I feel like that's like a new type of dog name. I don't think when your parents named you that, they knew that there was.
I don't think
Yeah.
it was a popular name. I think like there was a television show that I'm not familiar with called like Party of Five, and there was a character named Bailey.
Wow, you heard that? You heard that?
Uh-oh.
God,
You heard that?
God damn.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I don't know
there
if it's on the
was.
streaming service. I feel like I looked it up once it wasn't there, and I guess my mom's like liked the name, liked the character, and went for it. But like I've actually never met another male Bailey. I've met a ton of female Baileys and just countless number of.
So I'm sorry, your name's because of Party of Five?
I think technically, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Which is better than
His
people
mom's
are like,
cool.
oh, your parents must have
Your
boozed a
parents-
lot, Baileys, and I'm like, maybe. I don't know, I wasn't there.
I feel like hardcore alcoholics don't drink Baileys.
No, like no one like gets home after like a hard day of work and like flicks the cap off like a bottle of Baileys.
I feel like the name Bailey. I feel like you're kind of destined to be like a vegan like this though.
I feel like it's a hippie. It's a hippie.
Yeah, it's a
dippy
hipster
kinda
type of name. You
Yeah,
live
I
in
like
Brooklyn.
it. Yeah, I
You're
live in
Bailey. You're a
Brooklyn.
vegan. It's like it
Vegans
was
and
set
dogs.
in the stars.
Yeah,
You were
vegans
just
and dogs.
destined to
and
be
girls.
this guy.
It's like a southern girl's name, but it's like
Yeah.
Bailey is the southern girl's name. It's spelled differently.
B-A-Y.
L-E-Y.
Or L-E-Y, yeah.
I spent the early part of my 20s when I was living in Oklahoma telling girls my name was Brock Legend when I would go out to walk.
Brock Legend.
Brock Legend.
What was your
Anyone
profession?
believe it?
I don't remember
Porn
what I
star?
told them I did for a living. What, excuse me?
That's Brock Legend sounds like a porn star.
Yeah.
I don't know where I even came up with that because this is
Sounds
before
like
Brock
Brock
Lesnar
Le- yeah, I was gonna
came
say, sounds
to
like Brock
prominence.
Lesnar.
I don't know how I came up with
Did
Brock
Brock
Lesnar.
Lesnar steal?
When Brock Lesnar showed up with
Did he
you,
go with
the
some
Leo
guy?
meme, yeah.
Some rogue dude in Oklahoma
Yeah.
who sounds like a badass.
Did
Smoking
how many of
cigars.
them bought it? Legend as a last name?
Yeah. I just they didn't question it because they were also in a local bar in Oklahoma and they were just trying to get out, so they didn't care what
They
my
don't
name
care.
was.
Gotcha.
They just cared that I was employed.
The real name on
Sorry to
my
offend
fake
Oklahoma.
ID, I had a fake ID when I was before 21. I barely used it, but there was a real name on it. It was Peter Jagger Johnson, which nobody
That's a
believed.
great name.
That was a real
PJ.
person,
Yeah,
though?
yeah, yeah. So
That-
shout out to him wherever
Peter
he is in the
Jagger
world.
Johnson.
Jagger
It worked in New Orleans. Like, he was
Yeah, it
getting-
did.
they'd be like, yeah,
Correct.
sure. Come on in, Mr. Jagger.
I had all my friends in high school went and got fake IDs, and I told Trent this before. They all used the names of everyone from G Unit. So there was Lloyd Banks, and I think they did Curtis Jackson, and then one guy was Anthony Yayo for Tony Yayo.
Did they ever work?
Every time. I mean, like it was. We grew up in a town where it was like you just needed to show something. They didn't look at it.
Picture, year.
Yeah, I mean, it was so good. We were maybe 16 and just like living in bars. It was great.
In the Bronx?
No, New Rochelle.
Oh, okay.
Did you ever?
Of course,
North Ave?
yeah.
I mean,
Friggin',
Scholars and
Scholars
Beachmont
and
and,
Beachmont, yeah.
O'Brien's and all that shit. It was.
Specs.
I mean, looking back on it, it's like, what the fuck? There was literally like 15-year-old kids.
Yeah.
And
Getting
they're
K,
like
your money
open
was game.
bars. We're drinking and shots. It was amazing, but it was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We looked like Vibbs. It was like.
How often do you get carded? I'm like, no, really.
Well, with an Indiana like ID in New York, they don't even.
No.
There's like one time I had a birthday like the week before, and I kind of forgot, so I gave him my old age, and he was like, "This is fake, I can't." And I was like, he's like, "Sorry, I forgot," and I just kind of grabbed him.
How about the worst thing I've ever heard in my life was when Frankie Borelli got carded for a movie. That was like this year, right?
Yeah, it was
We
like
got carded for
R-rated
an R-rated
film?
movie with Girl. I mean, that's just like.
Oh,
that's-
disrespect.
I don't even know who. I guess the ticket checker also looks for your
Yeah.
ID. If you do that to a guy who's on a date or like with a girl,
That's cold.
I did that at the movie
you're-
theater. We would never do that, like
Never.
to anybody.
I've never been asked my
insane.
age when I went to a movie.
I
That's
no,
weird.
but
I've
you never
even
look
heard
like
of
a little
that.
lesbian like Frankie.
Also true.
The worst I've ever been carded. I did a stand-up comedy show in Quincy, Illinois, and at the hotel it said you must be 16 years old to use the waffle maker. And I had to show him a fucking ID, and I was 26 years old. It was just me at like 6:30 in the morning, just by myself. I'm like, really?
Belgian waffles.
So are you able to operate this machinery?
I almost stabbed her in the throat. That's the closest I've come
Where's
to
your
physical
mother?
violence to
Whose
someone.
job is it even to ID the kid at the waffle machine? Like, who has
the thing
who has
is-
the authority?
The thing is, they must have had problems with the waffle maker like before, because they have to ID people now.
They had to get sued by somebody.
100%.
Someone
There was
burnt
some
their
11-year-old
hand.
just
Yeah.
smushing his hand in there.
Yeah.
I can just see somebody making a beeline to Jeff. And like, oh my god, he's not 16.
Like, this kid's not going to shit in the waffle maker.
here again.
I can't remember what the name of it was, but the hotel had like a like gold miner theme. Like it was like Gold Miner Pete's discount hotel, but it was like just nice enough. But it sucked.
Dude, that is
Gold miner themed hotel.
Yeah, I was like, what is this?
I would probably throw a fit before I showed that woman my ID. I would like
Yeah.
throw
Go
a
full
waffle
bagel
in her ass.
boss.
Did you still make a waffle?
Absolutely.
Yes, I did. I was like, I'm making 10 waffles now.
I'm not gonna be
I'm
emasculated.
using
I'm
all your
getting my life
biscuit.
right.
Yeah.
That's like when you use your fake ID at a liquor store. And you go up with like a 6-pack, and then once they're like, all right, they sell it to you, like, actually, I gotta grab one more thing.
have some more stuff.
They have 17 bottles of liquor. You get it out, like, oh, we're good now.
Actually, no, I took a shit in the waffle maker. Yeah, I totally betrayed your trust.
Would you rather have the ability to be invisible or have a clone of yourself? It also specifies here to go to work when you're hungover, but cloning yourself in general.
I feel like cloning yourself always goes bad, right?
Yeah, I'd say
It
invisible.
eventually turns on you, or it's
Eventually
better
you
than
get killed,
you, and,
yeah.
and your friends start to like your clone more.
Your girlfriend likes your clone more.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm
you have
taking
to
the
kill your
clone. I'm taking the
I think
clone.
I'm on the clone side too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm worried about the clone, but what does invisibility really do for you?
Can you steal?
Yeah, you can.
Can you? Do you still have the ability to grab things?
Yeah,
Like,
but
is
then
it Harry
it's like
Potter
floating
like a
out
cloak,
of
like
there.
a cloak? It's not like the Harry Potter cloak where what you conceal is
I think-
hidden.
Nerd.
You shove it up your butt. Or something?
I feel like it's just like maybe a snap and you're invisible. I guess that's how I view it.
I always think if people want to be invisible, are just like creeps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
like,
you
yeah,
want
it's
to
like
go into the
creeping
girls'
to the
locker room.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
It's
that's
like,
a good
what
point.
does that do?
There's
for
never
you?
been a point in my life where I was like, oh my god, I wish I was invisible right now.
No,
Not for a
definitely
second.
not.
There have been plenty of times I'm like, boy, I wish I didn't have to go to this event.
Yeah.
Someone else could
Yeah.
I think you might
But
have
you
changed
do
my
run the
mind.
risk of like, you send your clone to that event and he starts writing checks that you can't cash.
Yeah.
But if it's his
You know,
clone,
like your boss is
it's
like,
gonna
all right,
act
you
like
work
you.
on a
Yeah,
project.
like
He's like, I never fucking.
you'll be on the same page.
Be still with each other here. I'm like, look, tonight you gotta keep it
Listen,
in check.
this is
Imagine
how it
jamming with your
starts.
clone.
Is it like a programmed robot though that you're like, go do this?
No,
and
that's
they
what I
go
mean.
do
It's
it, or
got
can
free
they?
will. It's got.
I don't
its
trust
own-
myself to make the right decisions. I could
Also-
not trust a clone version of myself to make the right decisions.
And you
Yeah.
might start out good. It's like Terminator, man. It's like it starts out good, and then all of a sudden they become self-aware, and they're like, why am I doing all this guy's dirty work? Fuck him.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
make him do
He
my
murders
dirty
you
work.
in
I'm
your
making
sleep.
my best
Having a
friend.
clone leads to killing your clone. Like
Yeah.
that's the only
Almost
outcome.
100% of the time.
Period.
But that might also play in.
I'd treat my clone really
You're
well.
underestimating the social situations you can get out of as an invisible person. Like if you just disappear.
Like true
Like,
Irish
what-
goodbye.
but-
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
legit.
clock in, you're there.
But I do that already.
You just walk out.
Just walk out. Like I still have to walk home. I can't teleport.
Now there you go. Would you
good
rather
point.
teleport or have a
I'm
clone?
still.
You wouldn't
still
have to
walking.
pay subway
Teleport.
fare. You could
Teleport.
roll under.
Trent is really thinking. He's
Yeah, I'm
the
trying
wheels
to
are
think.
spinning.
Like,
I take teleport almost
I think
over
teleport
almost
is the
anything.
number one
Teleport,
superpower for everyday life.
Like the jumper, the Hayden Christensen.
Yep.
Just
Yes.
think of a place, boom, you're there.
I think if you're gonna
That
do
movie was not a bad
like flight is fun, super strength, you know, whatever. If just like everyday normal life, teleporting, greatest thing to ever fucking happen.
I might sleep here tonight. I'm so tired. Like if I could
I
just
am
teleport.
stunned. I'm
Boom,
proud of
onto
you.
your couch.
I'm proud of you right now.
Why?
Because usually when you get this tired, it's like it's time for a nap. Like usually I'm like I gotta put Feitelberg down.
Speaking of tired, what does that say about me and Vibbs that we started the day on the drinking show of the day and we've ended the day with the
Were you,
drinking
were you
show?
drinking
of the
hard
day?
at on?
I was
that
eating
Friday?
ice cream harder than I was drinking, but
Yes.
we were
Yeah,
drinking.
I saw
Yeah.
that. I saw you woke up yesterday for breakfast. And
Yeah. I
wrong
walked
day.
like 3/4 of the way here. And then I
Did
was
you?
like,
Really? I didn't know that much.
Yeah, I was like, and I was getting my coffee. I'm like, I'm pretty sure today's Thursday. I was like, yep.
That's
it is.
brutal.
were you eating
Yeah.
the gummy bears with everybody? To bring it back to that for a second. Were
I
you
did.
eating
I did. Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
didn't eat everything.
I didn't eat one with everybody.
I made him eat one.
Yes.
Okay.
I was like, if
but
I'm doing this,
how
you're
many did
doing
you
it
eat?
again.
I'd say so anywhere from 1.5 to 3 because one I just put in my lip, so I don't count that one. So I'd say 1.5 to 2.
But doing more than one is insanity, so I'll give it to him.
Now that we're a
I
couple
can't
days
believe.
removed, like
After I did it, I was like, I can't believe you agreed to that. I would have told me to go fuck
'cause
myself.
I was watching. I don't know what if it was on the tape or it actually made the episode, but there's a point where you're just like, hey. If it didn't hurt so bad, Vibbs wouldn't do it again. And I was
Yeah.
like, no, like this is the one where
I know.
it's like I
he-
don't
he,
want
He
it.
basically duped
Yeah.
me by doing it again. I watched. I didn't realize Rowan poured milk into his eye. That was unbelievable. I showed my mom and my sister the video today, and I guess it was maybe the outtakes. They were dying when you were like, when he gave you like a tip about heartburn or whatever. You're like, what?
Yeah,
like the way you said what
If you
was
have really bad heartburn or respiratory issues or a heart condition, you probably shouldn't have swallowed that. I was just like,
got
Would have been nice information 45 seconds ago. It's just too late at this point.
The interviews blur together, so I forget who I've told what, and then I just.
I'm like Omeprazole asks me to do the ad reads for them. I'm like the
Feitelberg
Barstool
must read.
swipe up for Omeprazole you get from Walgreens. They're like, have Feitelberg do these. He has heartburn. I don't know. I've had heartburn since like as long as Chaps had diarrhea. I've had heartburn.
2007.
That's a guy who's never been on a diet.
Vibbs
Dots are connecting.
is the most unassuming terrorist, though, right?
Oh,
like,
he's
he
the
just
Grim
has
Reaper.
such a kind
He's
face.
the Grim fucking Reaper,
He asks
man.
you to do something, you're like, oh, yeah, you're from Indiana. You wouldn't hurt me.
No,
Okay.
now I know though. Now
I've-
I'm never gonna be duped again.
I mean, you're a soldier. I feel like I'm those kids in like Afghanistan that like walk up and they're
Oh,
unassuming and like and then
Bam!
nope.
Child bomber.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the grand finale of Lower the Bar is gonna be like you have to wear a suicide vest. And it might blow up and it might not. And you're just like,
Some of the most like evil, heinous things we've thought of, but we can never do. But I won't share those. Yeah.
no, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sure.
No. Because some of them we might try to
Might
use
do.
at some point.
What's the number one that you were like, we can't do that?
I also do something that was actually like could have been attained. There's one that is like a half-birthed chicken in an egg. Like it's
Yeah,
from like the
like-
Philippines.
yeah, those-
and I was
they
just
eat-
like, you can like see like the like feathers and stuff kind of on it, and it's just like,
I'm good on that one.
yeah. I was like, there's no way I can get away with
vegan
putting
said
this
no.
on camera.
That would
Yeah.
be like Donnie would eat that and that's it.
I don't even know. Donnie would. Yeah, Donnie would eat that.
you
Both Donnies.
Yeah.
That was the one person, even Smitty did really well. But Chef Donnie ate one of those and just didn't flinch.
But
Nothing.
afterwards he was hurting.
Yes,
he
his
was like, I
stomach
put on
did
a
hurt
front 'cause He
afterwards,
was like
true.
he was in the hurt shop.
I
Yeah.
can see us doing something like on from the leftovers, which is like, you gotta put on a bulletproof vest. I'm gonna shoot you real quick.
Some Nora Durst stuff? Just standing in line like hooker shoot you?
22 rifles are not that
Fucking Dick Cheney over here.
I mean, that was a 2012 episode of KFC Radio. Both of you guys agreed to do it.
Yeah, we did.
To get shot in the chest?
I was like, I'll do the trigger, but I'm not doing it. And him and Dan were both like, we'll do it.
Was that leftovers prompted? Like Nora Durst, like
No,
leftovers? Or no?
this
it's
was just stupidity prompted.
I think I
don't
would
even
do
know
that.
why.
That's a rush. I think I would do that.
I think I would
Well,
do that too.
Until you
I
break
think
a
I would do
rib.
that.
Having known people who have gotten shot with protective equipment on,
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't tickle.
See, but I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know that. To me, it's like like Dumb and Dumber when they light
I'm
him up
just
and he's
gonna
like, I'm
say-
fine. Like,
Bailey, with your stature, I don't know that you would handle it too well.
no,
champ.
probably collapse my entire
Yeah,
skeletal
it
system.
would crush your sternum.
Have you ever been shot with it on?
But it look cool.
With a
With
what?
With like a vest on?
No, thankfully. Otherwise,
I mean,
I'd
it's
have a
gotta
Purple
just-
Heart too.
Yeah.
I was smart enough to duck under the window.
I didn't even think about the broken rib part. I was just
I think
thinking
I'd
like,
die.
ouch,
Yeah,
and then I'd
like
have
puncture a
bruise.
rib into my heart and I'd be out.
Yeah.
Now that's enough.
Think
to be
about how like cool a video that would be, like that you have of yourself. I do
mean-
everything for Twitter, so like that's what I'm
You
thinking of
are,
at this point.
you are addicted
I'm
to
remarkably
Twitter.
online. Yeah.
That is, I mean, I thought I was. You are on a whole
It's
other level,
bad.
bro.
It's a mental illness.
How many
It's really
tweets
bad.
have you sent? Do they show that anymore?
I
school tweets
I had
to
to
show,
delete.
like-
I got like a copyright infringement thing, so I had to delete all of my media tweets. But I'm in like the 130s, I think, 130K.
How many
Holy
years
moly.
though?
Almost 10 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
because I'm at. I mean, I know I'm well over 100, but
Yeah.
I feel like you did 100 in like the past week, dude.
Yeah, no, I have a serious issue. But I got a job at it, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got a
yeah,
tweet
true.
now,
Hey,
so
well-
I made it work. Yeah.
The your tweet was the first one I saw of Tom Brennaman this week. That is my favorite moment of all time.
It was one of the
Not the
funniest things I've
slur.
ever
The
seen.
apology is so goddamn funny.
Yeah.
And the chances of it, I mean, and I said that I really wish more people had watched Brockmire, because if you know Brockmire and you saw that happen, it's 10 times funnier.
Yeah.
I mean, you just can't. The amount of people I saw saying, well, he was just doing his job. I mean, that's out the window when you're in the middle of
Yeah.
an apology.
Yeah,
So-
you ignore,
Like,
you
you
ignore
just don't
everything
do
on the
the-
field. You
They're
don't do
about
your
to
job
yank you
anymore.
from the broadcast. This is your goodbye.
I can't believe that he even got the chance to stay
Yeah.
on the broadcast,
Yeah.
but I think you just. It wasn't a walk-off. It wasn't. You just don't fucking do that.
His tone.
Yeah.
He was so sad. It was the
Yeah,
saddest
he was
home run
sad.
goal of all time, which is funny. But like, imagine if people like he's doing his job. Like, I got so many tweets because my tweet did decently. It's like he's doing his job. Like, it's his final home run goal. Respect him. I'm like, first of all, no, I don't.
Yeah,
Second
that
of
went
all,
out the
like,
window when he
yeah,
fucked up,
like
like,
imagine
royally.
any other job. Like if some mailman like flings like a homophobic slur at someone, like you need to stop working. So he's like, I'm gonna deliver the rest of this mail. Like, they'd be like, no, you're gonna leave
It
because
was
you're
funny
fired.
though, but I do think those guys are like he he's addicted to it. Like he had to call that.
Yeah.
It's like he's been doing it for 40 years. If
It was
a
like-
ball is hit, he has to give you the play.
Just in his head, he's like, God, not now. It's a high
What was
fly
his slur?
ball.
Hard F-bomb.
Hard
Yeah.
F.
And he delivered
Clear
it
as that.
strongly.
You didn't see it? So it was like
No.
they came back from break, and his mic was on. He didn't realize it. And he just goes, I think he's talking about Kansas City because they were playing the Royals. He's like, that's the F-word capital of the world. And then he just
Kansas City?
Yes, yeah,
Apparently.
exactly. That was the weird part.
I
Although
actually
I
had a
did
couple-
really, Pat's tweet was like, with all due respect, New York City is the F-word.
I had a couple people who were like yelling at me in my mentions and were like, that is not that city. Like that, I'm like, that's what you're taking issue with?
Yeah,
Going on?
that-
They're like, that's not that city. I'm like, that's a
wouldn't have
weird
guessed
deflection. Like that's what we're getting upset about today?
I would not have guessed it,
No,
but
not even at all.
apparently, yeah. But then he just starts the broadcast. He's like, tune in at 7 p.m. for the Reds pregame. It's brought to you by like Buffalo Wild Wings. And then like I'm thinking he's probably doing the game, and someone's got to get in his ear and be like, yo, Tom, like your career is over. And I mean, just think about what he was feeling in that moment. Like his face must have turned so red. He was probably just like collapsing into his own body, being like, and like the Reds are down 3-0, and my career's fucking over. I mean, it really is full blown broadcast.
It's over. His career's over.
I mean,
he got fired from everything. They
Did
took him
he was
off-
officially fired?
They
Yeah,
took
like
him off
it was
everything.
like
They didn't let him
White
finish the
Slate.
game. Like as soon
Yeah.
as that home run call was over, he was off the
Is that
broadcast.
right?
Yeah.
What inning was that home run?
I have no idea.
Was it early? I mean,
Relatively, I think.
yeah.
It wasn't late. I think it was like the middle of the game.
I think it was like, like fourth.
I mean, he's like he does football. He's like a legend.
I
Yeah.
didn't know who he was, but I knew who he was.
Right,
Like you could
right.
recognize him and his voice, and it's just over. How about that new guy that comes in?
Just like, so,
I'd be
real.
thrilled.
I haven't done that.
But
so
think
that's
about
why
how
I'm here.
think about how low the bar is. He's like, I could finish this one. He's like, I could
Can't
finish
do
this
worse
one.
than the last
What
guy.
you can't do.
Also, though, like I actually got yelled at about this a little bit on Twitter too. Like, is THOM a short for Thomas? Because like he
He's
goes
the
by
only one I know.
THOM. Okay, exactly. Brendan
York.
Walker tweeted me. He's like, it's short for Thomas, a very regal name. Brendan Walker complains about everything I say. But like he said that, I'm like, that's not a name. Like
No,
I've never met a THOM in my life.
That's
No.
worse than Bailey Carlin.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
I
gotta
mean,
be.
can you
Thank
imagine
so
your
much.
whole life being like Tom with an H? Like, oh,
was it Tom?
kill
Brown
yourself.
spells it
Tom
like
York.
Yeah,
spells it
I
like
mean,
that.
it makes
Musician.
sense. Like
Yeah.
Thomas has an
Yeah.
H, but
It's pretentious, is what it
It
is.
is
for sure.
It is pretentious.
Like Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gotta be British. Feels like a British thing.
Fine.
I keep saying
Yeah, I do think
Thumb.
British is.
I just want to know why he thinks Kansas City. Like, what does he see?
What
that
does he
makes him think
experience?
And
that?
he really like he hit that F
In my
hard.
head- in
It
my
was not
head-
a slip up. It was
Like he said it so commonly in my head, I feel like that was definitely like a Tom recurring bit in every city they
Oh.
went, and he finally got caught on mic. Like, the
Yeah.
confidence
Yeah.
in which he said that
Producers.
with, like his producers were probably like, "Oh, he did it again," and then they were like,
That's whatever
"You
the
were
away
alive."
team is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I assume he was just like eating barbecue and he just like saw someone on a Vespa and he's like, oh, I hate this.
I remember Keith Hernandez. This was like many years ago. The Padres had a female trainer. They were the first team to have like a female anything, and she was in the dugout. And Keith was like, "What is this? What is going on?" He was like offended, and I mean, it was like I don't know, probably like 08 or something, so nobody cared. But he was. You would have thought it was. I mean, speaking about unwritten rules,
Yeah.
he was freaking them. He's a guy who I'm sure Keith's gonna get
Where
caught on a
does
hot mic
that?
one day.
Where does that stack up against Brent Musburger ogling women on the broadcast? Oogling, ogling, what's that word?
Oogling, right?
Oogling. Sorry.
I mean, I thought Brent Musburger called that right.
I do too.
Because the way he described it when he was like, and you know, you just saw like 100,000 red-blooded men. Like,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's what happened when that girl got on. There was probably a bunch of Vibbs just like,
Yeah, I think I fucking watched the YouTube video and jerked off to him probably. Like, look, like,
Speaking of, would
This
you rather
guy, yeah.
never be able to get off again, or have the feeling that you have to shit yourself for the rest of your life?
Oh man.
Never get off again.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like the worst
Yeah.
feeling you
Having to
could
shit
pick.
yourself is as bad as it gets. It is, and because like it's not
Yes, it
like
is.
fucking
That's like life ruining.
like
Yeah.
I mean.
But
Can't
when,
enjoy
but
anything
when you
ever
just
again.
get used to
I
it, when you just
bet-
be like, I'm not going to shit myself, this is just that I always feel this
But
way.
what about when you were about to?
You
poop
might
yourself?
have, you never know.
You
You
know,
I don't think I'm
Seriously.
above the question, Kevin. I don't think I'm that strong mentally.
The
Imagine just walking around the rest of your life.
like if you think about it, like how much time do you have in orgasms for the rest of your life? Maybe a day.
Very
If
little,
you add
yeah.
all of them up.
It's very,
I think that's
very
even-
nice of you to say.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, you know.
depends on how
You
long
think a
quarantine
day's high?
lasts.
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
matter of
so yeah.
seconds.
They're all a
so
second,
like,
yeah, 2
it's
seconds.
one day of my life that combined, I'm not getting anymore.
But it's not the time; it's the enjoyment.
yeah,
you
but the
know?
enjoyment is so fleeting. It's
It
so
so
many
is,
other
short.
ways I can
but-
get enjoyment.
The
You
I
say
can get
that.
hammered. I
You
can get
say
hammered.
that if like a couple weeks in, you'd be like, I can't come, this sucks. And you gotta live the rest of your life that way?
Wait, can you still like procreate, or like it just doesn't feel good?
I don't know. I mean, I guess you can have kids, Bailey. Go ahead.
I think I might want kids one day. I don't know.
I mean, it says get off. So yeah, maybe you could put it in, you just never finish.
They just seal up that hole.
You'd be a king.
Yeah.
See, now we're playing ATI. This is actually a positive.
Yeah, it's
like I could do this all day, girl.
Literally all day.
I could do it all my life.
As someone who has to fake it a lot, it gets stressful when you're like, I'm gonna fake it right now.
How many times have you faked in your life?
Nah, I mean, I'm exaggerating.
Is it
but
double
like,
digits?
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Is it triple digits?
No, not triple. I don't think I've had sex triple digits times.
Fights, when you first started doing that, did you overact at first?
No, I just.
Do you have a condom on?
I've done it with and without condoms.
Wait, how do you do it without?
You just point it down. I've had one girl before be like, be like, well, where is it? I'm like, I don't know. It's in one of the sheets or something. I'm like, why are you fucking holding me here?
How do you see something about Mary?
Whoa! We both know what just happened. We both know that penis felt like it was a drunk penis, and there probably wasn't gonna be any finishing coming on.
I mean,
and
what's
lied
worse
to
though?
you.
What's worse, that or just being like, it's over. It's not happening. Like I'd rather go through that than just like have to look at her and be like, this is not happening.
Oh, I know. Now I, because I have a relationship with the person, I'm like,
I'll disappoint her all the time. So
I'm
it's
easy
okay.
to be like, yeah, not tonight.
No, baby, it's not your fault. Like, no, it was me. It was me. I'm drunk. Yeah.
No, it is. No, it is.
It's
It's
always me. It's always me.
I don't even get the impression it's when you're drunk. I think it's just your average, just unhealthy, just. I can just see like on a middle of the afternoon,
like,
being like, it's not
nope.
gonna work.
No, there's a window where it works too much.
Yeah. Feitelberg is putting up fucking Wilt Chamberlain numbers. It's scary. I mean, I think he gets coerced.
But then it's like, it's like anything where like I'm off the clock. Like
When you're done,
my
you're done.
dick's like
Don't
Dennis
bother me.
Rodman. And he's like, we're not playing today. I'm fucking getting the fuck out of here.
Joining the NWO.
Let's see. Oh my
All right,
God.
next question.
Sometimes and I know these all came from the podcast, and I'm just like, what the fuck were we doing that day? Would you bite a live gerbil's head off for $5,000? Would you take care of it, feed it, and have it be your pet, and then bite its head off for $10,000? I mean, our standards were so low, our money was so low, and the fucking stipulations are so weird.
Yeah. Well, I think that probably came from like frat rumors. Like,
Was that like an
definitely
urban
rumor,
legend that
like,
people
Yeah, where you
bite
had
the
to
head
raise
off?
a gerbil and then like smash it with a hammer.
Oh, weird dog.
I'd put it in
but-
my butt for
a
free.
Yeah.
That is the urban legend I will never
Yeah,
understand.
it's a joke.
I don't get what the gerbils are supposed to do in your asshole.
I think
Aren't
just
they gonna
kind
bite
of
and
rummage around
claw?
in there. I don't know.
But is that gonna feel good?
I mean,
Yeah.
The urban legend that you put one in there?
Yeah.
Richard Gere
Richard Gere.
allegedly.
Got stuck.
I feel so fucking bad for Richard Gere, unless he actually did that. Then you
Richard
report
Gere?
yourself.
I like
But he
Richard
just,
Gere.
Like he was like the top of the game, Pretty Woman and all that shit, and then it was like Richard Gere puts gerbils in his asshole, and that just stuck.
Yeah.
I mean, when
Unreal.
I hear the name Richard Gere, the first thing I think of is gerbil in your asshole.
Officer and a Gentleman, great one.
I mean, he's got a lot of great movies, but he's the gerbil in the
Does
asshole.
that feel
guy.
good?
That's what I'm saying. I can't imagine it's a great.
But
I don't even
everyone,
know how it
hey,
works.
different strokes for different folks.
How do you even get it in?
The
though?
urban legend is he did it, but is that
I don't think
actually
you
like a
get to
real
say that
thing, or is it just
No.
completely made up?
No.
I don't think you get to say different strokes for different folks with BCR.
Definitely.
Yeah, like I'm big no
Yeah.
kink. I'm big like no kink shaming. You're allowed to shame that kid.
I mean, who am I to say
How do you
anything
get it
about
up
A
there?
anyone
respectable
does?
human. Yeah,
Yeah, just a
I mean,
human.
you have to have that shit like wide like a tunnel.
No, I think they can like really get themselves small. Jerks.
Well, the
Sounds like
gerbil's
you got
not
some
trying to go in
experience
your
here.
butthole. Like, it doesn't
Alright,
want
I'm
to
gonna
stop.
stop.
You know,
Yeah.
I just run it in the
I've
wheel,
seen
and then it's
gerbils
just
like
like,
that
nope,
one.
you're
I
going
think
up Richard's asshole.
I think Cons has done it.
You're like towing the line, like defending and curious and yeah.
Crazy stuff happens in the desert.
I was ruined to that idea at a very young age. You've been to King Richard's Fair as well.
Oh, yeah.
And I just saw all. Did you guys go into the torture chambers?
No, but you told me about it.
And it was like they just have like at this Renaissance Fair. Where Dan got kicked out for killing too many people or whatever.
Yeah, the people know King Richard.
They have just a house of tortures, and it's all medieval tortures, and it's like animatronic, and they're like screaming. It is a horrific experience.
And you were like what, like 9 years old?
I was probably 7 is the age I always go to when I don't know how old I was. but let's say I was 7 and like literally ran out. Like
Yeah.
the other way, it was awful. But it was just all the tortures. It was like they used to just put fucking a cage on your head, and they just put mice in it, and the mice would just eat your
It's
fucking
like Fear
face.
Factor. They did that on that show.
And then
too.
they put
But they
one
didn't
on your
eat 'em.
stomach, and they put like
What's
a
that?
pot
They didn't
over
eat
the
'em.
Yeah.
and they did the face.
They did that in Bad
That was
Boys, too.
in.
Yes.
That was also in
No,
one
that
of
was-
the Fast and Furious.
That was
movies.
too Fast and
Fast
Furious.
and
Right,
Furious.
that's right.
They
The
did
back
it to
room
the
of a
guy from,
club.
fucking
Sons.
From Sons, yes.
In the back room of like a very bustling club.
And I can still remember that guy screaming. It's like, it's biting me! And it is awful. I'm just like, of course that's what it would do in your asshole, too.
Yeah.
Of course that's what it would do.
I gotta get out of this guy's asshole.
Right.
I'm a gerbil. I gotta get out. It's
Fucking
disgusting.
stinks in here.
There was a guy at Fordham who he was on the rugby team, and they had like a rugby house, and there was mice all over the place.
Ugh.
And he caught one at a party. He caught one, put it in a Ziploc bag, and fucking threw it against the wall. Like crow hopped.
man.
For no
Threw it
reason?
just because he was like a roid freak. And I was like,
Is he
this
in
is-
prison now?
I would hope. I remember being like,
killing
pre-grind, lock this
people?
fucking guy up, because guess what's next is a fucking human.
Right.
You know? And he looked the part. I was like, that was the most fucked up thing I think I've ever seen in my life. It
Has to
was,
be.
That's
pretty
pretty
depraved.
messed up.
Yeah, it
Not
was-
necessary.
it was terrible.
Big like rugby energy though. I
Yeah,
feel
it
like
was
anytime
like-
you hear a story that starts like, oh, this rugby guy, it's always a dead animal.
Did he think it was cool?
Of course he did. I
Yeah,
had to.
I think
That's
he
the
thought
worst
it was.
part, I think.
he
Yeah,
probably
then the
cackled
dribble
like
gets
a
old.
maniac when he did it.
Also,
was
why the bag?
Yeah,
So when it blew up,
Yeah.
no
Like he
mess.
just kept
Sensitive to the space.
We don't want to ruin the carpet as we torture the fucking animals.
I also
Yikes.
thought, well, you could probably grip it better.
Ooh, this is going for
Yeah,
this is
you
going
want
for you,
to
Trent. Would you rather win a golf tournament for $1 million
Okay.
or win an Olympic gold medal?
I think
You
this
can
is
do
an
that in
easy
golf
answer.
now. You can win a gold medal in golf. They
But
do
I
that
think,
in the
I think
Olympics.
this is an easy answer because you can parlay a gold medal into much
A
more than
book
just
deal.
think so.
Yeah,
Can you
everything.
really?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
to have a gold
I
medal.
don't know about one. I feel like you gotta be like.
it's got to be a
Phelps or
very
Simone.
specific sport because there are people with a lot of gold
Pick
medals.
your
who
sport.
People don't give a shit.
Yeah, but
about.
I don't think I want to be the guy who won that one golf tournament and then was like a schmuck for the rest of it. Like, because that would be me, because I obviously couldn't win another one.
Yeah, but
so I
take
think
$1
that would be
million
my
though.
fear.
You get
No,
the
no,
money.
John.
Do you think?
All the guys in the 1980 hockey team, they took that one gold medal and they all turned it into careers. Or a lot of them did.
No doubt.
Or
But that's
Ruzioni
a
turned it
very
into.
specific situation.
Okay,
like,
but that's what I'm talking
There
about.
are like little Olympic sports that nobody thinks about.
Cross
that
country
people-
skiing, like
Yeah, that people
Yeah.
get gold medals in that nobody like.
No,
they're
exactly.
not everybody's Michael Phelps. You
You're
can't.
always known as an Olympic gold medalist, though. Always for the rest
It's like
of your
being
life,
president,
Olympic
you
gold
know?
medalist.
I guess
so
then,
cool.
I
Robbie
guess the
Fox,
question is,
Trent
would you
Ryan.
rather have $1 million or people be like, I
That
think that guy
title.
won a gold medal?
You don't have
Exactly.
the confidence you could parlay a
Straight
gold medal into a mill?
cash.
No.
Do we get to pick the medal? Like
I said that like I did. I don't. I don't
do
think
not
I
think
could.
that
I
could.
said
So
that like
let's
I
say
did.
you get a gold medal in swimming, 100-meter dash, a sport like a big deal. It's a
I-
big, it's a
I
big
think
gold.
you can-
100-meter dash, you can be like, you're like the king of the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's up.
I
That's
think you
so
can.
cool.
My favorite 100-meter dash story, I was reading an article, this is probably, I don't know, 2 Olympics ago, and it was Usain Bolt. And they were like, there's someone from, I think it was GQ, I forget exactly where it was from though, and they'd gone to stay with him in Jamaica. And he's like, by night 4 of Usain just making me stay up with him while he DJ'd sets, I was like,
in the middle of the Olympics.
I was no. He was home training.
Okay,
It was like
got it,
after the
got it,
Olympics.
got it,
It was like in between one of his Olympic runs.
Got it.
And I was like, "You saying you gonna do any training?" And he's like, "I haven't trained since the Olympics." I was like, what do you mean? I'm not gonna train for 2 years. I just party now. And he's like, I eventually made him walk me down to a track, but he refused to run. He's like, "No, I don't train anymore. I'm
I'm off
good."
the clock, like you said.
And then he packed a bag. He was going for a Puma tour in Africa, and he packed a bag, one of those little fucking backpacks with like a string backpack, with a pair of sneakers and 2 boxes of condoms. I was like, let's go to the airport.
Let's go be immortal. Let's go win every gold medal. I mean, I remember watching him run where he would be like very clearly going like 75% and then just like
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
at you and just, you know, like in the heats and shit where it didn't
Yeah,
matter.
all the qualifying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like don't give a fuck.
And
He
knowing
had
like
his
you
peak.
were the best in the world at something at one time, that's so cool.
And,
That's
like,
just
far
so
and
cool.
away,
like
you
the
know?
best in the world at
The
something.
the video would just like kind of resurfaced because it was like the 10-year anniversary or whatever of the swimming relay with Phelps.
Yeah.
That's like the best sports highlight ever, and it's swimming.
Yeah.
I mean that was awesome the
Gives
way
you
they came back
chills.
and won that, and it was like I don't give a fuck about swimming. If you were in like the swimming world, that must have been the craziest shit ever.
That really is Michael Phelps' big claim to fame, is that he made us all really care about swimming.
That shot of him like, yeah,
So-
it's fucking weird.
We had a
Aquaman
discussion
body.
on Zero Block 30. Is Michael Phelps a top 1,000 athlete of all time?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think,
I think
Swimming
definitely.
swimming is so
I
hard.
mean, he's the greatest.
No
Olympic-
kidding.
I think without a doubt.
Chaps seems to think, yeah, it's not that hard, or he's not that great. And there's just so many
Oh,
more
that's
athletes.
preposterous to me.
I think it's like
He might be top
top
20.
Yeah.
He
He's
might
top
be in that
100
like.
for sure,
I'm
I
less of like a ranking guy, more like a tiers guy. He's in that top tier, right?
For
Like
sure.
he's in that top tier.
He won.
He's the
all
greatest.
gold medals.
He's the greatest
He's the
human
greatest
to
at
ever
what
do his
he
sport.
does, and
Yeah.
and his sport is like super fucking hard and athletic.
I was saying the other day that I'm not convinced I can swim. Like it's such a hard thing to do. Like I cannot die in water, but I don't know if I can swim.
Well, it's like we were watching
Those
a
are
video
different things,
the other
Right.
day here of the swimmer.
Eric the Eel.
Yeah,
Do you guys
at the
remember that?
Olympics.
Nobody remembers that. If that happened now, do you remember Eric the Eel?
Yes.
In the
That would be
Sydney,
an
the Sydney
all-time great swim
Olympics,
moment.
there was like a swimming. It was like down and back, whatever that is, 100 meters, whatever. And it was three like bullshit countries. So it must have been some like not a very popular event or whatever.
Yeah.
And the other two guys false started twice, and Eric the Eel from like Eritrea was left, and he's like this normal dude, and he hopped in and was just like paddling around, and like the world record's like 47 seconds, and he was at like a minute 58, and he was swimming all alone, and he's like you know when you don't know how to swim, you keep your head up the whole time. You don't do like the down. He's doing that. He's just like in the fucking Sydney Olympics, and he like won because there was nobody else there by default, and it looked like a Make-A-Wish thing. It was very.
Yeah, and
I
like,
thought he
everyone-
could balance a cup of chocolate milk on his head. Though.
and like we're all laughing. We're like, like that's so funny. Like look, I saw it. I'm like, I don't think I could complete.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
like,
that
he
would
did the
probably
cool,
take me, like,
he did
10
the cool
minutes.
spin turn at the end. I'm like, I would drown. I get so much water in my nose. I would drown
Olivia
immediately.
did not finish.
Oh, yeah,
I would
for sure.
stop.
I did. One gym I worked out at one summer had a pool, and I did like
You cannot. I can get a twisted tea, you can get a
One
beer.
I tried.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you
to,
can. I'm sorry.
I tried to become swimming, and it lasted literally a day.
You tried
Like,
to swim?
I thought it was gonna be like I'm gonna start working out like swimming. I think that'll
so
be good.
hard.
And then it was
so
literally
hilarious.
one time in the pool. I was like, never again. Absolutely never again.
Yeah, that's why I would put Phelps way up there just because it's like the hardest activity.
I remember his diet when he was like making his run. They put it out and he was eating like
20,000 calories a day,
yeah,
right?
literally.
Yeah.
I
And
had
he would like
somebody
burn them off in
DM
the
me
pool. It was
who
crazy
swam
as
with
shit.
him in Michigan and said that diet was kind of inflated for the sake of.
Yeah, but if it's even remotely close.
Exactly.
Remember he got in
18,000?
trouble for smoking weed?
That was the
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
He got like
He
canceled.
like kind of
Yeah.
lost everything. Had to apologize because he was like
Holding a ball.
after,
There's a
picture
like,
of him with a
after
bomb.
the Olympics, right?
Yep.
If that was now, he'd be canceled.
No,
No.
now
No.
weed
No.
is
No.
like whatever.
No.
Yeah.
No.
If it
No.
was like hard drugs,
He'd
but I
be
think
a
now
legend
it's like
now.
weed is legal and
He'd be
It
sponsored
was
by
an
3
essential
Cheese.
business in the
Yeah.
pandemic.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I mean 3 Chi. They were supposed to sponsor tonight, and they're running into some trouble. And I don't know,
yeah.
the dream might be over.
Oh no, I heard we talked about that on.
Yeah. 3 Chi, like I
Breakfast
kept
time.
saying all along, like buy it while you can because this just doesn't make sense. But you can still get the CBD, so go check it out. But boy, the 3 Chi, that was a fun. That was a fun
People
like
kept saying,
couple
"How
months.
is this stuff legal?"
Guess what? It's not anymore.
Was I supposed to not bring it up? I did not get
I don't
the
know.
memo. All
Yeah,
right.
I mean, listen, it's gonna be what's
Who
gonna
knows?
be.
Go buy the CBD stuff. It's still good.
Let's do
feel
one
like we have
more,
a
and then we're
stockpile.
gonna all head over to the gambling cave. We're gonna watch the games tonight. It was supposed to be Mets Yankees. Obviously, that's canceled because of COVID. But we'll do NHL and NBA playoffs. But would you rather get videotaped every night you go out and have to watch it with your significant other's mom, or have their mom get a copy of every text you send? I know.
The first one, easy.
First one.
Yeah,
by
definitely
mile.
the first one.
Depends on where you're at in life, though.
Yeah.
Because there was a
Yeah.
period
Right
of time where I
now-
would have been like, I could not have my girlfriend's mom see me at the bar.
Yeah.
Now it's like, you're gonna watch me drink a fucking full body red.
Right now I'm
And
eating
you're
ice-
not gonna wanna read
I'm
my
eating
text
ice cream
messages.
on my couch. I'm not doing anything but back.
Yeah, we're together
I'll
actually
burn-
most of the
If,
time.
like
They'll
imagine
join
your
us.
girlfriend's watching the St. Lunatics night.
Burn those fucking tapes.
Yeah. God, that's so funny that happened to you.
Wouldn't you like to watch those tapes though, just to find out what happened?
No, I don't understand that. We were talking about that
Nope.
with Steve-O, because Steve-O
Nope.
has, in his new special, has like all of this insane footage of him being incredibly fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
scary fucked up.
like on whippets and coke and like ripping his walls apart, kind
Right.
of fucked up. And I'm like, dude,
honestly, like a gerbil in someone's asshole.
I'm like, why did you save all those? Like, I would wake up in the morning and be like, oh my god, that's so fucking embarrassing,
Yep.
and just delete it all.
Yep.
And
No,
he
I would
just-
never want to see that.
But
Have the
I
foresight.
wouldn't want to if I were you, but I want to really watch that night.
Oh, I
It's
would
actually
love
really
to
probably
see
like
that
you were probably
night.
just fucked up on rubber bands and fell on your face.
100%.
That's it.
Yeah.
But,
Just
but
melted
I'd like
into
to
the
think
ground.
But we
of
need
some-
to know.
No, we don't.
Man, that was such a great moment. Like that could never happen again. That could only happen when that happened.
Right.
Because like if you don't blog now, it's like you can get away with it.
Totally.
Like we woke up and was like, Barstool, Iowa is noticeably missing. What's going on? Nobody had heard.
Everyone was talking. They've been like, "Where the fuck
Where is Trent? And then
What time
it
did
would
you wake
have
up?
been like
Well, you can't get out. I don't know if this is everywhere, but in Lynn County Jail, you can't get out until you blow under a .5.
Okay.
That was fucked up when I went in. So like, I didn't
Shots
get out.
fired.
I didn't get
Damn.
out until 7 p.m. the next day.
Trent, I didn't know that part of the story.
Oh yeah.
how many times did you blow?
As
I mean, I bet
many
the
times
cops were like,
as many
the cops
times
were
that
like, you
guy
gotta
came around, I was
fucking
like,
kidding
let
me.
me try it one more time. He's like, you got like 5 hours left.
You gotta blow
Under
.5.
0.5. Right.
Did you try throwing up?
.05.
.05.
right?
Oh, 0.05.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I forget how it
fucking
works.
dead.
I
Yeah.
forget how it works.
Right, right.
0.05. Yeah,
Right,
0.05. You gotta blow under that,
That's
or they don't
so
let you
funny.
out. And I just everybody else left but me.
What was like you get like community service for that or some shit?
No, you just
Not
get
even.
just got like a $175 fine, something like that.
That's pretty dramatic to keep you locked up for like 24 hours and
Yeah.
get a
No,
fine.
it wasn't. Yeah, it didn't mix the
Fucking
crime. or whatever.
Rumplemints, undefeated.
yeah.
What was the song?
Midwest Swing. By the
The
St.
last thing
Lunatics.
you remember is the St. Lunatics, and then see ya. Were you with somebody?
My Uncle
Your
Jack.
uncle, right? And he just left you?
I don't remember.
Uncle Jack. That's
He's
great.
pretty- yeah, he loves Rumplemans. That's his favorite drink. So that's
Apparently,
why
yeah.
we were drinking it. I don't even know if he remembers how we like the night. Once you get to a certain point, nobody remembers anything.
Yeah.
But
The good old days.
Yeah, that was the days when you couldn't not blog because otherwise you're gonna. I had texts from everybody, email from Dave,
Yeah.
all that shit.
I think it would have been like I remember being like, I mean, I don't know, this guy's gonna get fired, and then when I saw what it was, I was like, this guy's gonna get a raise. It's great material, you know.
Once I told Dave what was going on, he was like, just
All right,
make sure you
cool.
blog it.
Yeah.
Literally, that was it.
That's like when he called me from jail just to sell T-shirts.
Right.
I was like, "Are you seriously using your one phone call to get T-shirts up?" He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Was like, cause we all noticed pretty early.
Yeah.
And like we were like where do you think he is? What's happening? Blah 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 blah. And then like 2:30 in the afternoon, Dave just yells downstairs in Miller, like, "Hey, where's Trent?" He was late. You almost just gotten by.
Now you could go like
Honestly,
I
if
could
you
disappear
didn't-
in
if you-
February and it wouldn't be till June. He'd be like, is that guy still working?
100%.
But then it was a little different, yeah.
If you had not like been so drunk and got out, you would have got away with it, because he wouldn't have noticed until like 2:30.
And that was my hope, yeah, because I remember waking up whenever I was like, if I get out of here by 11,
You're good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Like I can just say I missed.
11. It was 8 hours later.
And then I learned the .05 rule, and I was like, oh no.
Oh, no.
Were you making yourself like puke or anything?
I was
Like-
trying to drink as much water as I
At
could,
that
but I
point,
don't
though,
know
it's
if
like in your fucking, you know.
And I
it's
was
in
just
your
trying to do
blood.
everything I could, and then I remember I didn't have my glasses because I broke those, and I must have just left them on the street wherever I was. And then I live kind of close to where the Lynn County Jail is, and I remember it was pouring rain when I got out, and I was like, I don't deserve a taxi. So I just walked in the rain. I just walked in the rain. I was like, you're fucking idiot.
Didn't you live across the street from the bar?
Right, yeah, right across the street.
So the fact that
All
you got
you had to
hemmed
do was
up.
get like 100 feet. And you
Yeah.
couldn't do it.
It's less. It's less. It's like 50 feet. Yeah.
Oh no.
couldn't swing it.
I just couldn't do it. I must have melted somewhere. I still don't really know. Like didn't put where. It doesn't matter. It was a long night. Long
Let's do
day.
one more. Would you rather only jerk off to the thought of your girlfriend, or only jerk off to your girlfriend getting railed in a porn?
Thoughts.
Yeah.
Thoughts.
Thoughts for sure.
Yeah, thoughts.
I think I could maybe get used to the porn.
There better not be any
Like as long
cuts
as it's
here.
like one, you know what I mean? Like
As long as it's just her boyfriend.
like the first couple would be tough, but eventually you get used to it. And then you
That's
got
just-
some
I don't think
material.
I get used to it. I think
Yeah,
I'm really
probably
sad
not.
every time.
Yeah.
I think I'm just really deeply sad every time, and I call it. The loads would just build up. I mean, it would be years.
All right.
Yeah,
If
these
you want
guys
ATI,
even have to
you can
fake it
still
ever,
buy.
right?
You can still buy the card game if you want, but the app is available on your phone in the App Store. You can download it right now for free. All the decks you can add on. So go get them. Thanks everybody for tonight, and head on over to the Gambling Cave. Watch games tonight. We'll see you next week.